How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skin picks for this week, and it was a tough week. There was a lot of good skins, and it was really hard for me to keep the list under 30. But here we are. We're starting with the Lone Wolf cap from Braydonk. And yeah, it's got a little face punch symbol there. It's got, I guess these are like sharpened arrow tips maybe. Some duct tape, a little wolf symbol. We've got some bullets in there, and it's got like a faded camo look to it. Now, I like this big screw at the top because it just doesn't, I don't know, it looks funky, I like it, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah, there we go. I haven't seen a good cap for a while. I know it's not a big seller kind of thing, but it's definitely unique enough to where I want to show it. Next up, we've got the Rebel hoodie and pants from Andre? Yes, Andre. And, yeah, it says Raider on here. We got, like, a different kind of looking skull. You've got some flames on the sides, and then you've got kind of like these messed up, bloodied, like old camo pants, I guess. It looks like some of it's held together with duct tape. Back here, you got a big old radiation symbol. And yeah, it's got a lot of blood on it. So this one's definitely been doing some bad stuff, I think. But it definitely fits into the world of Rust, and I definitely like the dirty look of it. It's nice to have some dirty looking clothes on the opposite of the really clean cut stuff. Next up, we've got the Buscador set. I'm probably saying that wrong, from Red Rex, and I love this. There's some really great quality to this. The hoodie actually looks nice and puffy and warm, and it's got lots of nice details to it. Definitely love the detail put into this. It's got all sorts of straps and different armor pieces kind of looking to it, and yeah, it's just very unique. And then the pants themselves just go really great with it. The straps continue along, and yeah, it's definitely a unique looking set. Love the look of it. Lastly, we've got an armor set from Milo. This is the Libert Set, and yeah, it's got a crazy toothy skeleton grin and all sorts of kind of fancy adornments to it. I almost like how the swirls here kind of look like a brain in a way. I don't know, maybe that's my interpretation, but it's definitely cool. And yeah, it's just got kind of a fancy look. It's beat up, it's got some scratches and dings, but whoever owns this definitely keeps it nice and bronzy clean. Definitely a cool set. Next up, we've got a couple of deployables for you, starting with this air cache. And I love this one. I think Teddy did a good job. Took some inspiration from kind of like the green crates you can actually get in-game are inside of this crate, kind of like the ones that get dropped off by the Chinook. But it's like a mini version of that. You've got the Chinook right there dropping a crate. You've got the cobalt symbol. I think it's got lots of nice little details to it. The side of it looks quite nice, and on the side here it says loot, so definitely can use it as like a drop chest or something like that. I don't know, it definitely has some utility. It's a great looking box, love the details to it. Then we've got something completely different. We've got all sorts of like spooky little faces on the Iron Guardian chest by Trix, and of course this one's a glow, so we'll go ahead and show the glow here at the end. Definitely a spooky looking chest. It's one of those things that it's spooky, but it's not quite Halloween either. So I don't know. It's kind of an odd fit, but it's definitely cool enough to where I want to show it. Next, we've got one of my favorites. Bad Trip turned the fridge into a porta potty, and it is hilarious. I hope Elk loves the humor of this because it just looks absolutely amazing. We just fell off of our foundations. Here we go. But yeah, I just love the look of this thing. It's totally great. And Rust is full of all sorts of, twisted humor, so I think this fits in perfectly. Next, we've got a continuation. We got the double door, so here's the single sheet metal door from World of the Dragon door. So, hey, it's that same, nice, clean look to it. Definitely a very nice door, for sure. Then, over here, we've got another double door for you guys. It is the hospital door. Or double door, I should say. You got a push bar. Of course, they're identical on both sides because cheap metal, you can't change that up. But definitely a nice set. But my favorite door this week has to be this amazing garage door from Fi. It is the Marine Blast door, and it just looks absolutely amazing. This is something that fits into that military-esque of Rust, and I could see this locking down my base just like amazingly. And yeah, I really love the look of this thing. Hopefully this one will have a chance to make it in this week. I know it's one of my favorite deployables this week. Next up, let's get into everything else. So we've got a hammer here. This one I believe is from El Loco, and it is the Bird of the Birds. I don't know, the name there is a little bit weird. But you can see it's got a beautiful bird on it, and it's just kind of like a unique looking hammer. I definitely like the style of it. Wanted to show it to you guys for sure. We got some more tools for you, starting with this one here. We've got the beautiful Pickaxe, and this is a day and night pickaxe and hatchet set from Jessen, and I definitely just love it. It's unique, and I don't know, the material it's made out of and everything, it's definitely just really cool. Go ahead and pull out the hatchet so you can see it. There we go. I just like the look of these. They're just nice. Next, we've got a sword for you. And this one kind of fits in with some older sets from the same creator. So M. Damon's Tribal Sword. It's got some little tiny miniature skulls. I don't know where those came from. I mean, what are those, pixies? But you've got teeth along the side of it, which just makes the whole thing look kind of creepy. And then it kind of looks like there's a bit of jade mixed into it, maybe. I don't know. It's definitely a unique looking sword for sure. Next, we've got a bow for you, and everyone has been clamoring about this one. I like the look of it. It's very unique, and this one does have some glow. This is the Cobalt Secret Invention bow. Go ahead and aim down the sights here. And yeah, you don't really see a whole much there. It's more at night when you see this glow. So let's go ahead and pop up the glow, and let's do 22. And there you go. So you got just a little faint glow on it. I think it's done very tastefully. It's kind of like with the wires, and it's definitely a cool effect there. And as promised, let's go ahead and take a look-see at this box. Again, it just has a very spookiness to it, which I think is just awesomely great. Next up, I moved over here to get a little bit better light. We've got a continuation. We got the crossbow last week, and this week I have the Cloud Shot Sap. So there you go, aiming down the sight. Take a little look of it there. And it's the same little, kind of simple but very, calming design. Then let's go ahead and swap out these real quick since we're just sitting here. We've got another sap for you. This one is the Hornet by Ignoramus, and yeah, it's definitely really cool looking. I like it. The grip looks a little bit low quality, but the actual, main part of it looks really great. I love that kind of Hornet design. We don't really have any honeycomb-ish looking things, so it's definitely something that's a little more on the unique side for sure. Go ahead and do that reload. Boom. We got one last sap from you, and this one's from Lisa, and it is the cardboard sap. No, I'm kidding. It is the wooden pistol. Close enough, right? It looks like it's either made out of wood or cardboard, and this is something that's crazy. I don't know if Helk will like that exactly. It's also kind of boring aiming down the sights, but it's definitely unique enough. I wanted to make sure to go ahead and show you guys this one this week. Next, we've got a cool looking star. It is the Lucky 8, and it's got that cowboy look to it, but what I really love is when you aim down the sights, you got the 8 balls staring back at you. This thing is definitely awesome. I love the little horseshoe right there when you reload. I think Stabby did a really good job on this one, and it's definitely one I would love to see. Fits in with those cowboy kind of vibes that a lot of people like to have in Rust. Next up, we've got another SAR for you. This one's from Little Ranger this week, and it is on the fancy elegant side. It is the Artisans Tsar. Aiming down the sights, you've got a little heart looking back at you. On the side, you've got all this fancy trim and engravings with some beautiful roses on it. Definitely very different, and I also kind of like it. It kind of has like an oil slick look to the, or Damascus kind of steel look to the metal at the top, which I think is quite nice. Next, we've got a MP5 for you, and it is from Hatson. It is the burnt MP5. There's a few other burnt weapons that he's done, and none of them got Helk's attention. I think maybe this is a little too much of a CSGO look, or maybe it would help to like separate out some parts that don't have the texture across it completely. I'm not entirely sure. I like the look of it, and I know a lot of people do as well, which is why I keep showing him. But yeah, it could just be one of those things that just doesn't quite tickle Helk. So we'll have to see there. And next, we've got a Bolty. This one is also a strange one this week, and it's for the style. It is the comic book Bolt, brought to us by Anathan. And it might look at first like it's low resolution, but really what is being done, it has a cell shade to it, kind of like, let's say Borderlands or, a comic book. And I think that's a cool effect, and I wanted to show it there and see what you guys think about it, but it also kind of makes it look low resolution. So, I mean, is this something you would dig for the style, or is it just a little kind of the concept was there but not quite else? Really want to hear back from you guys for sure on that one. Lastly, we got a couple of LRs for you, starting with the Revolution LR brought to us by Moon this week, and it is rusty and crusty. There used to be a peace sign right there, as you can see. It says Revolution all spelled weird and everything. It just kind of fits that mood of rust. I love the look to it, and definitely one of those rusty guns that people ask for very often. And, you know, it's got some unique colors. It's kind of turquoise and red, not something you see combined very often, so I think that makes it quite unique. Next, we've got the Spitfire Lr. This one's got a little more of a fancy look to it, and it's got those flames. So for those people who like the hot rod kind of look, this is the one for you. I think Algorithm has done a good job continuing the Spitfire set. As you aim down the sights, you can see the sight is painted red, but not, you know, a glow sight, of course. Then you've got these fancy kind of, you know, gold trim to it, but you've got a wood handle. The whole thing is just a very unique looking LR. I think you did a cool job with it. Definitely like it. And then lastly, we've got, it's funny, a lot of you guys asked, when are the toy guns going to become a thing again? And well, that person got themselves banned off the workshop for copyright infringement issues, blah, blah, blah. But it looks like Sensei's going to try to do his own version of it with this one right here, starting with the toy gun. I like his little logo he made. The color scheme is cool. It reminds me of Nerf quite a bit. And it's different enough from the other one, which is also, you know, a bonus there. Aiming down the sights, you got this little goblin guy staring at you. I'm not sure what he is or what exactly that is, but definitely it's something that makes it unique. Next, and but not last, or last but not least, wow, I can't speak, guys. It's, believe me, I'm still sick and I'm trying, is this awesome rocket launcher. It is the Biointegrity launcher by Shedmon. And yeah, it's just continuing his furnace made in this last week and should be in the store right now. And it looks like he wanted to make a rocket launcher to go with it. So let's load this puppy up. And I don't know, those trees over there. So there you have it, guys. That's the last one there. So go ahead and sound off down in the comment section below. Which ones did you like the most, and which ones would you like to see? Which ones you hoping for, or any kind of feedback you got? Just be polite. Doesn't have to always be good. You know, constructive criticism is always welcome. I'll try to get to the right people, either the devs or the people making the skins. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on Thursday for whichever ones seem to make it in this week.